So I'll give you another example of Neptune. This is one of the most powerful things. There's transits and there's something called progressions. These are once in a lifetime when Neptune is going to connect with your sun. So there's a transit, it's once in 40 years, and then once in a lifetime also. And Neptune again is what? Is idealism, inspiration. Guess who had this once in a lifetime Neptune sun? Martin Luther King, when he gave his I Have a Dream speech, he had his once-in-a-lifetime son Neptune. So what was that speech? One of the most famous speeches in American history. I have a dream that one day my children will not be judged by the color of their skin, but rather by the content of their character. Such powerful words, all about getting into the essence of somebody, idealistic. It has all the attributes of Neptune. Even the name, I Have a Dream, right? That's also very Neptunian energy. And he gave the most famous speech in American history during his once-in-a-lifetime son Neptune. And I'm like, doesn't everybody want to know when they have their once-in-a-lifetime son Neptune? Like, who wouldn't want to know this? Or if you have once-in-a-lifetime son Pluto. Wow, Pluto is all about transformation, death and rebirth. Pluto is the caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. So this is another thing, because the chart is about your potential. And people think, okay, I know myself, whatever age, I'm 30, I'm 25, I'm 30, I'm 35, I know who I am, I know. No. If you didn't fully understand your chart, if you're not fully connected and conscious, there can be a whole other side of you that you're not aware of. And that's one of my favorite things to share with people. That's what Pluto does. If you tell a caterpillar that it can fly, it looks at you like you're crazy. I need 28 legs just to walk. I've never flown in my life. Don't tell me I can fly. But yet, it goes through a process, not an easy one. The body liquefies, it turns into a chrysalis, but when it emerges as a butterfly, and it can fly. So Pluto is all about empowerment. So I'll give you an example. Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, he loves Jews. He says that he would convert to Judaism, except he can't keep Shabbos right now because he's president. But he's just an amazing human being. And he was a member of parliament. Nobody took him seriously. He is, a big character. Nobody took him seriously. He had his son Pluto, and he transformed from nobody into one of the most powerful figures in Argentina history. He's changing the whole monetary system. Really powerful. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, he was a one-term congressman. He got a transit of Sun Pluto, and he transformed into the Speaker of the House, one of the most powerful positions in Congress. So literally, everybody goes through this, and this is literally when you're ready, that the promise of your birth chart, all the gifts and abilities are ready to come out. So in the book, I talk about how deeply tied it's to the Torah, that Yaakov Avinu was going through one of the darkest times in his life. Esav was chasing him to kill him. And the Torah says that he split his family into two machnas, into two camps, so just in case that Esav kills part of his family, at least some will survive. That's a pretty dark time in a person's life, an apocalyptic time. And sometimes we go through really difficult times. And what does the Torah talk about with Yaakov? That one night, he was out in the field and he was battling with an Ish. And he explains that this Ish is a malach, an angel, and he battled it with him all night. It was a difficult battle. In fact, this malach injured him. He injured his thigh. That's why we don't need to get hanasha. But in the end, he overcame. Yaakov won. And in the morning, he told the malach, give me a blessing. And what did the malach tell him? No longer will you be called Yaakov. No longer are you this individual person who you knew as Yaakov. Now you're going to be called Yisrael. Now you're the father of the Jewish people. It's a transformation of who you are. So when you go through this dark night of the soul, you transform into this powerful new person and a whole new role of what you're here to do in your life. And then what happened? What did the Torah say? He met with Esav, there was no killing, everything was peace. All your old problems go bye-bye because you're not the same person anymore. You're not putting out that energy in the world anymore. So this is a major transformation that Yaakov went through to step into his power. And this is something that every single person does in their lifetime through different times in Pluto. You can see exactly when, exactly the year, exactly the date of when this process. Again, it's not predictive. It won't tell you what kind of process you're going through. It's not going to tell you what you're going to emerge as. But we can look at your chart and see what some of your gifts are. And if it hasn't yet emerged, we can see that it's very likely through this process, if you're open and ready for that change, that's when it's going to emerge for you. So it's incredibly powerful. Again, so this is the birth chart, and these are the timing of your life. And so just for that, I created These are called roadmaps. And these are 55 to 65 page books, personalized books about your life. So you would give me your birth information, and I would create all the dates. One contains 40 of the most powerful, transformative times in your life, and it explains in detail what each of them are and what they're here to do, what energy is here to do. And the other one is transits that shows 100 dates in your life from when you were born, from age 0 to age 90, exactly when these transits are hitting your sun, when it's hitting your moon, what it's here to do, when is Uranus connecting it, when is Neptune, when is Pluto, all of these energies. So we shouldn't walk through life not knowing what's hitting us. Like, all these things are happening. Why is this happening to me? What's going on? It makes sense. Life makes so much sense. That's why it's a mitzvah lachshav kifas hamazal. So you see that Hashem has a plan for your life.